This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Last time?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, these are for upstairs. See? So you know what their names are.
That's nice.
Good evening. Actually, it's not evening, it's evening here, but for many of you out there in the world, it is in fact not evening. But it's always 5:30 somewhere. So, my name is Rose.
Marita, the one who catches lightning with the patavish.
And you, on purpose or by accident, have landed here on Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. And that's the echo on the phone. I like how every time I get on this at night, it looks like I'm an alcoholic. Because look at, my nose is so red. I don't know what it's from. Allergies?
Oh, we can't share it anymore.
How come?
I have to share it afterwards.
Okay. Anyway, so welcome to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Rose. Marita's my wife. We do this every Sunday for Kairua special Ice Cream Sundays edition. It's 8:30 p.m. San Francisco time, 4:30 p.m. in New Zealand, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And wherever else you are, please chime in and let us know where you're listening or watching from. And we are going to start by doing the prayer.
The prayer.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Tuya te wairua, tuya te tinana, kia hono te, herengatangata, kia hono, ki te kairua, amine.
Okay.
Oh, the cats are getting crazy already.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be a good Ice Cream Sunday without a little cat shenanigans happening in the background. Thankfully, we don't have any chances of them escaping tonight. So
Yes. Knock on wood.
So, Ice Cream Sundays. What's it all about, Marita? Why don't you tell us?
It's about getting your chakras cleared. What is that? Chakras, they are energy centers. This is a belief. It's actually, I think, sometimes been scientifically proven, probably. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Hopi, Native Americans, a lot of also other indigenous places, things. I can't even think today.
What are the words that are coming out of your mouth right now? Chakras, for those of you who don't know, are energy centers in the body. Yes. Science has found both the Eastern and Western models of the body to be very effective and functional.
What she says.
And the chakra systems are traditionally associated with Eastern medicine. There are many different models within Eastern medicine. Some use chakras, some use other identified energy centers in the body. Sometimes there are 4, 5, 7. It really depends on which modality, which tradition you're coming from. If you hear a cat scratching in the background, just ignore it. That's one of our 4 little fur babies. Mm-hmm. So, if you're here tonight, this afternoon with us, then you have a couple options. You can just sit and enjoy the magic as it unfolds. I'm not sure what is happening to my wife right now.
I'm listening. Sit, listen. You don't like when you're listening.
Oh, got it. Right. Are you pretending to be a DJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Good one. Good one, baby. Or you can get an ice cream chakra clearing. This is why we were talking about chakras, people. We harness the power of ice cream and the power of your emotions and the power of your senses to help clear the energy centers in your body. Both myself and Marita are trained energy workers. We've done work in a number of different modalities and both have our own very interesting backgrounds in terms of lifetimes worth of training and integration of practices through our families, through connection to community. So we definitely like to bring that to the table here. Another option for you, you can also get a single card reading on a topic of your choice. And if you haven't ever had a card reading, I would highly recommend you just take the dive and do it. If you've never had an ice cream chakra clearing, doubly so.
Check it out.
This is the only place you're going to get that because, frankly, I don't think I've heard of anybody else doing an ice cream chakra clearing, and I feel like we better trademark it before somebody else tries to grab it up from us. You know what I'm saying? So all you need to do is let us know. I know some of you already are starting to do that. If you want an ice cream chakra clearing, if you want a single card reading, and let us know the question or topic, you have to ask for what you want. And then in either case, please make sure to give us permission. We kind of ask you, even though you're asking, we get that you're asking, we ask you to take this extra step of giving us permission on top of that, because we want to make sure you really want it and you're thinking about it, you know, and you're really asking for something that you want. And because we really, really like to have consent. And we also want you to stick around. So we take down a list of names. Marita's already hot on it. She's such an amazing producer, among so many other things. And no matter what, whether you get your name on the list.
Ooh, we got a clearing.
We will do a card and clearing for the group at the end. And even if you don't stick around till the end, here's the reality. Every day I'm excited by the opportunity that we have to create community when we come on this show. And there are always truths that are shared within the group. You know, we do a reading for somebody and somebody else thinks it's their card because it's so on point for them, right? You know, we share so many things as humans. We share so many experiences. We have all of these beautiful, incredible differences, which we don't want to erase. And we have all of these incredible shared human experiences, which is why it's so awesome when we have realness happen on the show, because it's not just for one of you guys. Who do we got to start with then? My darling
Toy, are you here? Terina Toy. So another thing that we do is we not only check the list, again, you have to be
we check it twice.
We check it 3 times. And we do a roll call. So we're going to start with Terina, then we have Rona. Rona, I need to know what you want from the cards. So again, we need a few things from you, right? We need, okay, Terina's here. Good. She wants a card for new business, and she gave us permission. So the more compact you are, if you can ask for this, we need, again, like she said, what do you want? Direction and permission. Then I don't have to scroll up and down and up and down and up and down. Okay, Terina Toy. Next on deck is Rona. Rona, we'll check in. If you're not here and we call you, we just go down the list, and that's why we keep a list.
So let us know the topic,
because a lot of people pop on and pop off. If we don't get a topic from you, Rona, we will move on. Okay. New business.
Oh.
Wow, here we go.
We got that one earlier today.
Yeah, I know, it's really interesting.
Wow. So a lot of people were asking about their businesses earlier today too.
Yeah, the earlier show was all about a lot was money, business, and potential. So it seems like it's on a lot of people's minds. And this is a card we drew earlier, but this is a card that we drew here. Terina, this is about your new business, beyond the threshold of fear. So it's talking about, hey, look, fear is an emotion, right? Or again, energy in motion.
They're having so much fun over there.
I know they are. We gave them, we got a, well, it's just a box, really. It's just a new box that they haven't seen before. Okay, cool. Health card. Okay, thanks, Rona.
Got it. Thank you, Rona.
Okay. So what we tend to sometimes do with fear is we don't want to feel it because it feels yucky. Some emotions don't feel good. And so what I do sometimes is I push it down, avoid it, try to fix it so I don't feel like that, or try to justify in my brain what's going on. I'm telling you right now, this is the time to feel things, right? Feel where the energy is in your body, where that fear is, because until you confront it, you're still going to be, the lesson will come up for you over and 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 over again. I know I hate the American term that, what is it, pick yourself up from the bootstraps or something?
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
So annoying. I get annoyed by it. I get annoyed by things like that. Yes, we should be encouraging. Yes, times can be challenging. Yes, this is a life full of suffering, right? But you have to pay attention. You're not supposed to stuff things down, Because that what happens is then it's just horrible things happen, you know, and it stays in your body. If you have stuck energy, what's going to do? It's just like food. It's just going to rot there. It's just going to sit there. So you have to talk to these emotions. You have to let them be, and then you can let them go. Let them be and let them go, right? So one of the things that this is saying, Tarina, is you have the power to face your fears right now, right? And it's okay that you don't know exactly everything to do. I mean, there's people out there who will tell you, this is how you start a business. These are the steps. This is hire me and stuff like that. Look, trust your instinct, trust your fear, because your fear is part of your instinct. So you have to see why it's coming up and let it teach you what it needs to teach you. Sorry, I went long.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize.
Okay.
It's all good. Of all the people who you could apologize to for talking too long, I feel like I am so good at talking. It's not even necessary.
Cool. Cool. She says it was good.
Here's the one thing I want to add to that, which is that I don't know if you've heard the theory behind like hypnotherapy. It's this idea that we can, you know, have our conscious minds be taught things, and then it can kind of like sink slower to the subconscious and then eventually the unconscious. And so you might be creating things unconsciously, right? Even though your conscious mind is like, I'm totally past that. So interestingly, this card is actually telling you the reverse. Sometimes, and right now actually for you're actually at a point where you are starting to move past letting your fear hold you back.
Yeah.
In your body, in your beliefs, in your emotions, but your head hasn't gotten the memo, you know? So when things move from the body level of knowing, from this sort of unconscious level of knowing up into the conscious, you're having that process happening, and your mind is still trying to catch up to what your body and kind of like the rest of you is already experiencing as moving past. And our minds can be very stubborn, right? If we want to get into actual neuroscience, you know, it's, if you imagine the pathways in your brain like an animal that has been on a chain on one tree its whole life, if you think along the same
animal,
I know it's sad, right?
It's like the elephant.
And it's sad in our brains too. If you think along the same pathway over and over and over again, a sad, you know, negative belief about your business, about your life, it's going to run a rut in the ground. So yes, this is the message. You got to cut that animal free. You got to unchain that animal. You need to rewire your brain right now, because the rest of you is like ready to go. It's just your brain that needs to be reminded. It's okay. You're smart. You did a good job. You protected me. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut the chain, because you don't need to be chained to this tree. Somebody else did that a long time ago. And now you get to make the decision instead of having somebody else make it for you. So,
awesome. Tarina,
cool.
Trust yourself. Thank you
Your
so
body
much.
knows the way. Your mind's just catching up, okay? There we go.
Okay, here we go. Hard on
God, I wish we could free all those freaking animals right now.
I know.
So depressing, huh?
This jumped out. Okay, Rona, here's your card on health. Again, we are not doctors. Make sure you see your doctor.
What is it? Number?
39. Blessing of Zara. Look at that beautiful card. Look at that blessing coming into your life. I like the blues and the purples and the everythings. Tarina, yes, of course. Awesome.
Yeah,
and
you're
good
welcome,
luck.
Tarina.
Good luck on your venture. We're
I
excited
think all
about
of us are battling and overcoming fear to some degree in our lives at every moment, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's what courage is. Okay.
Okay, Rona, this is your card. Here it is. What do we got going? Part of this blessing, you know, Rona, when you go ahead.
Well, it's interesting because this card is a lot about detoxing. You know, not just physical, but it could be physical, could be emotional, could be psychological.
There's a moth inside.
Oh, okay. That's not as oh no as I thought it was. And you are being given this opportunity to have some support in your detoxification process, you know. So it's also intertwined, right? Psychological, physical health, mental, right? Emotional, all the different systems that we exist on. All those things are very intertwined. And this card is basically saying, like, sometimes the universe gives you a little bit of a Hail Mary, you know what I mean? It gives you what you need to heal. Oh, yay. We got a climber, folks. She's gonna jump. So, oh God. Focus back.
So, Rona, as you were saying, everything's intertwined.
I think that the most important piece you need to hear right now is that you can't separate your physical health from your mental health. Whatever is going on with you right now in terms of your health, those two, you can't pull them apart. You have to be considering them together and totally inseparable in this situation. I can tell you that this is very personally true for me in terms of what I'm going through in my own life, and has been many times in the past. There are some things that I may not ever really be able to go to Western medicine and understand truly, like the separateness of things that are going on in my body while these things are happening psychologically for me. I have a great deal of trauma from things that happened in my life, and that is not necessarily to say the things that happened to me were the worst. It's not necessarily to say they were the best. It's just whatever happened, the impact that it had on me, right? I can't separate the physical from the psychological. There are physical and psychological aspects. But like if you went, for example, to like a naturopath or an integrated health person, they are going to tell you that those two things are connected, right? This is, I think, the biggest message of this card is the combination of the universe is wanting you to heal right now. It really wants to send you some healing and love and support if you can help, if you can accept it, if you can receive to help it clear some of this toxicness from you. You may not need to understand what's happening or anything like that, but you do need to be able to let things go and to understand that sometimes when you let something go psychologically, it's going to have a physical impact in your body too. Okay? Like she said, we're not doctors. This is like a little signpost from the universe. This is not medical advice, okay? Is there anything that you wanted to add to that?
No.
Okay. Good luck. Really, I am sending you so much love right now because I don't know if what's going on is serious or not, but I think you just need a little relief, and I feel like that's coming for you.
And also you said it's hard to get a break. It is really challenging to get breaks, but sometimes what you can do is just take small minutes to kind of regain clarity, right? Small minutes to just kind of let everything go and collect yourself again. Small minutes and small naps are amazing.
I'd highly suggest if you have a hard time getting breaks, figure out what practices, small practices you can bring into your life that help get you present really quickly. Because the more present you are to a moment, if it's a 5-minute break, if you're thinking already about what you have to do next, or you're lingering on what you didn't do right, you're not getting a 5-minute break. That break is very meaningless, pretty meaningless, right? It might help your body for a second. But if you can do something to pull yourself into that moment, if you can listen to a song that you absolutely love that just changes your mood immediately, right? If you have a favorite smell that just totally, like, it brings up a memory that puts you in a certain mood, things like that, can drastically change the impact of the small breaks that we take. If you can roll down all your car windows, if you have a car, or just, you know, put your face to the window if you're on the bus and just turn on some music and feel the air on your face, really, those moments are going to feel like breaks instead of like the second where you're breathing in between what you did and what you're doing next, where you're still thinking about both.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Awesome. Thanks. Okay, Kaylina, we're doing your clearing. Kaylina, just make sure that double checking that you're here, my friend. Please let us know. Kaylina Wildborn. Kaylina Wildborn. Are you still on? Just please give us a thumbs up in the comments so we can go ahead and do your clearing. Next on deck is on Tash Simon and Daz Puri, and with general readings. Again, general readings are fine. I do recommend, if you want a general reading, you're going to get a vague answer, right? You know, it's better to be able to be really focused, and it's a good practice to be focused and asking what you really want to ask for. And because that work itself is internal work, and it's really kind of healing and really teaches you about yourself. Okay, let's go. Kaylina. Hi, Kaylina. Let's do a clearing. Can we see that bell? That bell? Okay. Thanks for everyone. If you keep saying that you want a clearing, I do keep a list, and I do go up and scroll down. And so I'm about 7 people deep right now, and we will get to the people that we can in the hour that we are given.
If you joined us a little bit late, just know that at the end we will do a card and a clearing for the group.
Yeah.
Highly recommend you stick around for that. It's basically going to kind of tie the theme together of the energy that came up in this kind of community video today. Mm-hmm. So yeah, please just stick around. If you can't, no worries. We're glad that you were able to hop on while you were.
You can always rewatch it.
You can always rewind.
Okay, so here we go. Kaylina, the flavor that I got for you for kind of to balance the energy between your second and your third chakra is cookies and cream. I don't know if they have it in New Zealand. But it's this vanilla and this kind of crunch, this Oreo kind of crunch. When I was a kid, I love, this is one of the ice cream flavors I used to eat back when I used to eat ice cream, which I don't anymore. So what I love about it is the soft vanilla texture, right? The softness of that kind of vanilla, and vanilla too is very grounding. You know, vanilla. Indigenous to many places, but specifically to Mexico, where I'm from. And it's hard to get really good vanilla. You know, it's expensive to get vanilla, right? So one of the things that this is talking about really with this vanilla that's coming in for your second chakra is you have to draw your energy back in. You're letting too many people take your light. You're saying yes to too many people, yes to too many things. You are exhausting yourself and frustrating yourself, and you're just stuck. And the second chakra is your creative and your sexual energy. You have to stop giving it away, right? You have to not just give it away and let people get away with things. And this is even in your relationships that you have now. You know, when people ask you to do something, or they ask you for a simple thing, we'll do a simple thing. You're at dinner with someone and they offer you something and you actually don't really want it, don't eat it. I'm going to say it again. Don't eat it. Because if that's not what your body wants or needs, you're just adding to it, and just say thank you so much. And I know we're taught not to offend, and we're taught not to eat everything on our plate and things like that, but we need to be taught boundaries, and to know that the boundaries and that that we have for ourselves are okay, and that person will respect that boundaries. Third chakra is how you put your energy out there. And this is the crunchy Oreo bit, right? You have 2 cookies and like a soft middle. So again, you're being squeezed. So what's coming through here is this balance. You're putting yourself out there in a way so much that you're not respecting your boundaries, and people are taking. This is the thing. If you keep giving, if it's open for business, people just keep giving. They'll keep asking as much as, and they will take as much as they can until you set a boundary. And I know that's going to be scary, but you know, whether it's, you know, humans or animals, our cats will test their boundaries all the time. Like, can we do that? Can we do that? Can we push that? What's going to happen there? They're testing you. So you're going to have to stand up for yourself.
Here's the interesting thing too. I think a lot of people think of it as like, oh, people just take and take and take because they don't care about what you need and da 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 da, you know. But there's another angle that you can kind of consider this from. People may continue to take what you offer because they assume that you are an adult and you are going to be responsible for saying no when you mean no. You know, it can be very helpful and supportive to be, you know, kind of ask and make sure somebody's okay with what they're giving you, just to create that space. But really, if we're constantly questioning, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to give me that? Are you sure? Right? You know, how much ownership are we allowing people to have over their needs? I think it's really important that there's both the support for the boundaries, but also that you step up into your power. Interestingly, the flavor I got for you was actually black pepper and vanilla, and that was for the third chakra.
Hey.
And the third chakra is so much about how your purpose in the world, your purpose, right? And it's also where you get your fire, the fire to like see things through, to keep going, to complete things.
Black pepper's
that energy, you know? And so that fire is for you. It's for you to relight that fire inside yourself, to give yourself that energy, to fill yourself up to start with, which I love. It was a perfect compliment to the one that you got. So you got quite a pair there.
There you
as
go.
It happens. And good luck with that, because, you know, you're worth it. And I'm not just saying that to be cheesy. I'm really saying that this is your body. This is your life. This is your possibly one life. We really don't know. Maybe it's all a construct. God, who knows? But something that I ask myself all the time, besides why did that cat run away from me? Why can't I hug it forever?
Exactly. Come back.
Am I going to regret this when I die? You know, am I going to regret that I gave all of this away because I was so afraid of standing up for myself, because I might look like a jerk, or people might get mad at me, or or call me selfish, call me entitled, you know? And yeah, I still get scared of that sometimes. I do, but it's a good reality check for me to remember.
Yeah.
Am I going to regret this?
Yeah, and it's especially true in a new job. I know in a new job we want to impress, but this is the thing. If you give it away, they're not going to pay you for it later. I'm being very honest. I've lived this my whole life. I do too much at my job, and I give too much, and then I teach people not to pay me.
And there can be consequences for not overgiving, right? Because sometimes people expect you to overgive, and there might be some fallout, but there's also 100% guaranteed going to be consequences from overgiving.
Yeah,
there's no question about it, and it's going to be hard to undo. The further down the road you get, not having boundaries, the harder and harder it gets to unmake it.
Yeah.
And you can do it. There are tools. I talk to people about this all the time. How do you navigate new boundaries when you already have these established relationships with people, right?
Yeah.
But it's just not as easy. You have this opportunity if you're starting a new job where you get to like try to set it as close to right. I understand you might have to feel it out, but you can try to set it like as close to what you want at the very beginning, which is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, on Tash.
Come
Simon.
again.
On Tosh Simon, just double checking that you're still here with us. You want a general reading. Like, again, we don't mind doing general readings.
No, you don't mind doing general readings.
You do.
I do. Continue.
Well, maybe next time we won't do general readings. You'll have to. Well, we're gonna push you to we're gonna push your boundaries to make a choice for yourself.
Yep. Otherwise, we won't do your reading.
Okay. So
this is gonna be a special exception.
Well, we have two. On Tosh, are you still here with us? Let us know. Just give us a thumbs up. I know that you've been sticking on. I just want to make sure that you're still on. Again, people pop on and off. We want to give the right card to the right person. Kaylina, no worries. Yes, there you go. Kaylina.
Okay.
Good luck.
What number is it?
On Tosh, 37. Sacred Soul Sister.
37.
Look at that, on Tosh. It looks like you're like flying through like pink in there. Isn't that amazing?
Whoa. That is pretty epic. Looks like one of my paintings.
Oh, it does. It's actually a few beings in there.
There
There's a few there. Sacred
There's
Soul
2,
Sisters. Yeah. So this is talking about that sacred connection, right? And ooh, whoa. This card is jumping all over. Yikes. So we do have connections again.
It's that lightning, baby.
I know, it's my lightning. Connections with other beings, right? Other humans, other things, and this is talking about a soul sister connection. One of the things I do want to talk about really quickly before we go into like someone else or something, I want to talk about the connection with you. The two parts of yourself right here. 2 parts of yourself, this part and this part, right? The kind of little angels. We always think that there's 2 parts of ourselves. And one of the things that this card is talking about on Tosh is that you have to start embracing your whole self. You have to start embracing those things that you've hidden in the dark and those things that you're happy about, right? This is human life. This is just how it is. If you want to live it fully, you have to feel it fully, live it fully, be in it fully. We were watching a show earlier, and I was commenting about one of the characters was really emotional, and I was like, can't you just get a grip and stuff it down? I still react. People react to emotions, right? To an overflow of emotions. And I was sharing with Rose earlier, because I've had a few days, really vulnerable days, really up and down, up and down, up and down. And trust me, I started working with some new teachers, and it's kicking my patucha a lot. I'm getting my butt kicked in a good way. So thank you, Ingrid Turner. And I turned to Rose, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I've been so emotional, just roller coaster ride of emotions for myself. Part of it's probably because I'm not eating correctly, or taking my vitamins, but a lot of it is because I'm feeling all these emotions, and I'm telling Rose about them, instead of just keeping them to myself, And she goes, you don't have to apologize. This is natural. I said, I know, but my dad told me not to be emotional, not to be a roller coaster. And I never wanted to be that for myself or for someone else, because I didn't want to be a roller coaster for them, because then they would reject me and not love me. Because if I wasn't stable, if I wasn't secure, then they would have to take care of me, and they would have to deal with my emotions. So I've played the secure, steady person as long as I can in my life, the dependable one, this and this. Even if I've, come in and out of jobs, emotionally, I was always somewhat secure. Depends who you ask, right? As I've grown.
I'm like,
yeah, maybe not so, but still. That, that stoic character, I always thought I was always trying to play that stoic character.
she's not like that. This is the hilarious thing when we tell ourselves these stories, right? Sometimes they're so false to the people that know us.
Exactly.
So false.
Yeah.
So I want to add another dimension to this card for you, since it's a general reading. Yes, this card represents parts of yourself. This is not about some other person. But it's not just about the shadows and the things that you stuff down. It's also a part about the parts of yourself that are almost more than human.
Ooh.
You know, the parts of yourself that are irrational and big and divine and spiritual and cosmic and, you know, crazy and wild and uncomprehendable, you know, the parts of yourself that send coded messages in the form of dreams about deserts and ponies and stars and, you know, breakfast breads and, like, you know, the things that are so hard to understand. It reminds me of this quote. Okay, first of all, that's not the end message, but I want you to think about this quote because I love this quote. It's from it's from a movie. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Kate and Leopold. It's not like an earth-shattering movie, but it's cute though, right? Yeah, it's cute.
That's cute.
So basically, there's this side character in it. He's not the main character, but he's one of the supporting characters. And he is a scientist that discovered something incredible, but nobody believes him. They think he's crazy, and so he's in a mental institution. So they won't let him leave, because they don't have the scientific minds to understand that what he's saying is actually possible, right? And happening. And he's so sad and frustrated, and he's talking to this nurse, and he's like, he said, it's like a dog seeing a rainbow, you know, knowing a rainbow exists, but apparently dogs are colorblind.
Supposedly, but there's been studies
just leave that aside. That's not the point of the story. But it's like a dog seeing a rainbow, and none of the other dogs believe him because they don't even understand what that is. You know, they can't even see color. So this is what this message is for you. That's the part of yourself. In addition to the parts that you shove down and hide, it's the parts of yourself that see things that you can't even understand. There's not even a place for it in your mind, but on some soul deep level, you just know, right? There's something going on in your life right now, and you know on some level, whatever it is, whether it's the truth about what's happening, the truth about what path you need to take, you already know. And that is that extra part of yourself, the shoved down, the high, the low, the parts that you can't quite see, right? Because you're a dog who can't see a rainbow, but you do know, and you need to trust that, okay? So moving along, next time, bring a question. Mm-hmm. That is a challenge for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And the next person is Daz Puree. Just making sure you're here. Now, okay. I want to say thank you to Daz, who did step up and went from a general question to what's in your future? What's in the future? So good. That's good. That's good to a way to narrow.
Slightly more narrow.
But I'm going to tell you, keep at it. This is work. Asking for what you want is work, and it brings up a lot of emotions for people. But if you don't ask for exactly what you want, you're not going to get it. This is the thing. The relationship that you have with the universe and how you're creating things, right? We speak things into life, into existence. And if you're kind of like, maybe, yeah, sure. That's what you're going to create, right? A lot of gray area. You know, it's like Rose asks me all the time. She's like, "What do you want? Do you want this or that?" I'm like, I don't care, right? It drives her crazy, and it probably drives sometimes me crazy. When I do care about things, I do state what I want, right? She says maybe. So I'll challenge myself to have a real opinion. But I'm asking you to, this is a great thing. This is a great thing to journal, to really ask for what you want and really get down to your emotions. That means you're going to have to move things around in your heart and your soul and your body and really get down and be like, why do I feel this way? Right? So I challenge you to do this. And thank you, Daz, for taking the first step. So Daz Puree, we want to make sure that you're still here. So can you give us a comment to make sure if you're here? If not, we're going to move on.
So asking about your future is a great step in the right direction. What I would challenge you to do is, instead of now, beyond that, the next step you can take is to narrow it down even further. Ask about your love life, your career, your business. Ask about something specific about your career. You know, ask about a particular question or challenge that you're grappling with right now. You know, when we don't ask for what we want, when we don't have an opinion, what we're really doing is we're asking somebody else to take on the responsibility emotionally of making a decision for us.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we, as partners, as friends, as coworkers, we make decisions, we share decision making all the time, right? But you may actually be giving somebody a gift by telling them what you want, because you're actually taking some responsibility off of them. And anybody who has had to make tons of decisions and manage tons of shit, like manage a whole household, manage all the bills, figure out how everything's going to happen, or remember that you can't put the, you know, wet towels in the dryer in the washer overnight because it's going to get mildewy, but then you have to put them in the dryer, right? All those little things, they stack up. They stack up. And sometimes you're like, I just want you to own your needs and wants.
Okay.
Because I can't carry them, right?
Okay, Daz, thank you so much. So we're going to give you your card right now. And then
Future.
And then Stevie Ann, perfect timing. You're after her. So.
And then we're going to be doing the card and the clearing for the group.
Yeah. So Daz Puree. The right choice, baby, baby, baby. Sounds like a, do you remember the Backstreet? No, not the Backstreet Boys. The
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. Oh. Hanging tough. Anyways. But I feel like there was a Right Choice song in there.
The Right Stuff.
Oh, The Right Stuff.
You're singing a totally different melody.
Oh, how does it go?
The right stuff. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The right stuff.
So this one's
You got the right stuff,
baby.
baby.
Dun-dun-dun, leave me.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Anyways, okay, so here's your.
You don't know.
I don't know.
It's like,
I did have the pins though. Okay, so here's your card for your future. Seems that you're on the right choice. You're right. The right choice. The right choice is coming. You have to make the choice, and then look at that. An angel will fly down from the sky and pick you up. No.
So let's talk about your future, shall we?
Let's do it.
This is basically calling you out, okay? It's telling you, you know what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you, okay? If you're kind of questioning the direction you're going or a choice, or kind of feeling like, oh, should I really take that leap and start that business? Or should I be in this relationship? Should I not? Oh, maybe but he's such a nice guy or such a nice girl or whatever. They are such a nice person.
Human
Being. The bottom line is, interestingly, this card is very much about choice. And the fact that nobody can make the right choice for you except for you. It's exactly what we were talking about before we picked the card. You have to own your choices. And you do know what's right for you. You can still choose to do something that is not totally in line with that feeling that you have inside that's guiding you. And that's your choice too. But you do know what matters the most to you, what you care about, what drives you, what excites you, what brings you joy, what lights you on fire, what makes that third chakra be like, to the moon, right? So the important thing is to continue to ask yourself, if you're questioning, if you're not sure, sometimes I think we have to hear things over and over again, like, validation that we do know, and we get to a point where we can trust ourselves, or we can trust our truth, where we can trust that our truth matters, where we can, believe that we actually are in tune with our truth, that we're not just making something up or taking on somebody else's truth. And this card is here to give you exactly that. It's here to give you that validation and reassurance. You do know what you need. You do know what you love. You do know what matters to you. Okay? So again, whether you choose to take a step down that path towards exactly the things that matter to you, that is up to you. You have to decide that for yourself. But I think you know which direction that is. So we're going to leave it there. And cool. I'm glad that lined up with the conversation we were already having.
It's happening. It's happening. Stevie and Rangi.
So who is next?
Stevie and Rangi.
Oh, Love Life. Okay.
Love Life. So we got it. You got 44. Merciful Mother Jamal. Look at that. For your love life. Now, mercy is an amazing, amazing thing, Stevie Ann. I hope it's something that you practice. Mercy and compassion, self-love, self-compassion. It is so powerful that, you know, when you are faced with frustration and faced with feeling like you're hitting your head against the wall, if you can take a step back and have compassion for that person, that situation, and more importantly, yourself, things will move in a very, very different way for you. Anything else?
A lot of the time I start by telling these like little personal stories. It's not because I'm like dying to share all this stuff about myself instead of talking about you, but I feel like it's the easiest way to sometimes relate something in a more concrete way. Jesus, kitties. So I have a job, which I'm actually just about to leave in addition to my business. And it's a job that it feels to me as though it requires me to be constantly on guard, constantly sort of working really hard to protect, to, you know, kind of go the extra mile, to fight, to like be, it's very demanding in terms of really requiring me to be like, what's a good word for it? You know, this card is telling you it's time to gentle your approach a little bit. That you know, by letting some things fall away, by, you know, not trying to, you know, get every phone call recorded, get every document done, get every report finished, be so like on top of it, you know, to just kind of like relax back a little bit and let a few more of the chips fall where they may, instead of kind of being in control of everything. Is I love myself, always have more than I love my boyfriend. Is that sad?
Oh, is that bad?
Oh, yeah. So,
no. I mean, that's my instinctual thing.
No, I don't think that's sad. I think it's interesting that you're asking if that's sad. I think there's many different ways that when somebody says they love themselves and they love themselves more than they love another person, I am always curious what that means to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's wrong for people to love themselves and cherish themselves more than they love their partner or their boyfriend. But to me, those loves are very different things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's parts of them that are the same, but there are parts of them that are very different. And there are many ways you can love yourself and still bring what this card is talking about, which is kind of like a little more gentleness, a little more softness, like taking a step back on the type A personality behaviors, basically, and bringing in a little more of the like gentle, receiving, relaxing. You don't have to get on the exercise bike every day. You don't have to do, 50 push-ups and make sure that you don't have any carbs and whatever applies to your life, right? If you're kind of like a go-getter and a control person, or, you kind of whatever. And I say all of that with no judgment, trust me, because I got a lot of control issues, let me tell you. And there are moments when she cannot even get me to stop working when it's like 2:00 in the morning. So there's times when you just have to like put all that down though. So when we're talking about relationships, a bunny, I love a bunny. Not right now, baby. I wish we could have a bunny right now, but
when we're talking about relationships,
so I'm curious how this is landing, Stevie, because I think.
Can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, please do.
The one thing that also comes up, when you're saying, I love myself more than I love my boyfriend, one of the things that immediately just kind of comes up, and when you're saying about being gentle and receiving is a huge thing in relationships. Are you allowing actually yourself to receive love from your boyfriend? Or does it have to come in a particular package that for you then seems like it's falling short all the time?
Or like, almost like, do you love yourself? Do you see that because you love yourself, there's actually nothing left for your boyfriend to give to you?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can both love yourself, and there can be space for the reality of what somebody else has to offer in your life. Mm-hmm. But if you are saying like, I think it's such a curious question to ask, and I would love to know why you asked it. That is my question for you.
And that's why sometimes it's great to be really precise in the questions, because it helps guide us, because this is bringing up a lot. There seems to be a power struggle in this. There seems to be also redefinition of words, right? And so that's why we're feeling that. That's why we're going back and forth. It's because we're feeling that with the card and with your energy.
There's a lot more what you're asking.
Exactly. And so,
which we don't have time for today.
We don't have time for today.
So come back next week, bring a very specific question, and we will give you a more in-depth reading on that question, and we won't be feeling around in the dark quite as much. This is good, because sometimes this is how you bring up better questions, right? This is what happens on my phone calls with coaching clients all the time. They ask me a very general question, and then we, over time, get down to the question that's underneath. The unfortunate thing is sometimes on these, we don't have enough time to really go into that level of depth with everybody, because we do a limited number of readings and we do it for everybody. So thank you.
Thank you.
And
hope that was a little helpful.
Back next week.
I hope it was helpful, and it was helpful. This is your homework. That struggle, that power struggle that we're feeling, journal about it and dig in deeper to the real question that you have. So that is your homework for next week. Awesome. Okay, so we're coming up.
Should you choose to accept it?
So we're coming at the end of the hour again. This is the time that we were given by the admins, and so we're very happy to be able to stay within the time. I am going to start announcing a special that I have, and I'll announce it next week. Well, I could announce it now, but we're running short of time. I'll announce it next week, but if you do, stay tuned.
Let's do it right now.
Okay. If you're interested, I'm going to, starting for the whole month of June, I'm going to be doing a very special. It's very special.
I think that's what you should name it. The
special. If you're interested in learning more about this special, hashtag special. And I will give you information. It is one-on-one work with me and more what I do. So it'll be a lot of work with the elements. It will be a ceremony as well to welcome in the change of seasons. I know you guys are changing into your winter solstice is coming up. Our summer solstice is coming up for us the 21st of June. So
tell me, Marita, what can they expect to get out of working with you?
There's special time. So you'll be
no.
Exactly.
I want to know, how are they going to feel after working with you?
They're going to feel amazing and liberated.
Liberated. I like that. How are they going to be liberated?
We're going to
never mind. Don't tell me how. All I want to know is how shiny they're going to feel afterwards.
Shiny and bright, like little bubbles.
Like scrubbing bubbles?
Like scrubbing bubbles. Yes.
That's
like
how shiny you're going to feel.
There you go.
You're going to feel like glitter is flying through the air. At an incredible speed around you.
So if you want more information, I will private message you about
hashtag special.
And I will message you. This is what we're going to call it, the special.
Yes.
And it will be some deep work. It's not just one thing. It's a few things. It's like a package deal.
Oh, Stevie, I'm sorry you have babies screaming. You don't have to apologize to us. Come back next week and we will be happy to work with you again and bring a deeper question.
Yeah.
Just take it to the next level down, and every week. You could even do that every single week.
Yeah.
Think where you'd be in a month from now. Get some good ass questions at that point.
Aho. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
There's no stupid questions here, my friends. Cool.
So again, thank you. I'm excited. We got a few people.
Hashtag special.
Yeah, special. I love that.
I love it.
It's gonna be
Special.
it's gonna be a very special. I'm hilarious. And that's why you know that when I'm very eloquent, that is spirit, ladies and gentlemen. If not, that's what you get.
Oh, give yourself some credit.
I'm just kidding. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. So, card for the group. So this is for everyone watching now, everyone who's going to watch later on, the hundreds of thousands throughout the week. And it's always great to re-watch this if you need a moment of levity and also practice. It's great to watch these. I re-watch these myself during the week and be like, what was it that we did again?
Oh, my God. We laugh way louder at ourselves than we really, you know, have any business doing, except that you should absolutely laugh that hard at yourself.
Yeah. But it's also great, the messages of the week, right? Because this is a weekly thing that we do. So it's a container that we build. So today,
I love that.
Today has all been about really digging down deep into what you really want. It's been about boundaries. It's about believing in yourself. And being really clear. So this is what we're getting. Passion for purpose, right? Passion is that energy. Woo! What is our purpose in life? That means you're going to have to pick. You know? You have to be able to pick to really kind of mold your energy in the direction that you want. That means you're going to have to ask yourself those questions. What is it that makes me really passionate, right? And it could be a few things that intertwine, right? You don't just have to do the same thing every day. But finding that passion is actually like finding that question that you want to ask the universe for what you really want. Why are you here? To live your ultimate self.
The interesting thing I find, and a part of the message of this card too, is about the fact that every time we like seek out our passions, you know, we seek out our passions, we take another step on the journey to our passions, you know. First of all, the universe is 100% there to support us living our passions. But we get really attached to the how. You know, we think it's going to unfold in this very specific way, and that can actually be a barrier to us living our passions. And here's the second thing, which is a little bit more channeling, a little less in the card, is that, you know, when we take steps, what we think, right, are steps outward towards our passion. Like a knight on a horse going on a journey and a quest. I think I just heard a cat.
You have one behind you.
Oh, babies! I have a cat on my chair. I didn't even know.
Oh
my gosh, she's the best. Interestingly enough, every step that we take outward on our journey towards our passions, really what's also happening simultaneously is that this like extra layer of ourself is peeling off, and we're getting closer and closer to the truth of who we are. So even though we're taking this journey outwards, really the way that we are kind of coming closer to the truth is this journey inwards as the pieces of ourself fall away, right? So as we, you know, we grow, we age, we become more of sort of who we always were underneath, you know? So while we're out chasing this thing is happening to us, you know, and that's a big part of learning to live your passion. It's this shedding of the things we realize over time don't belong to us, that maybe were expectations we think that people have of us, things that we thought that we had to be, things that we thought we were, right? And that's the message for today. Remember those two aspects of what it means to be in your passion, to live your passion, for that to be your purpose on this planet, okay? We're going to do a little clearing for the group.
Yep.
Trusty little bowl.
So the flavor that I'm getting, it's so funny. I started thinking of candies flavors, you know, and I kept trying to see what it was, and this is perfect. There was at one point a candy bar in the United States when I was young called the Whatchamacallit. I loved it because I loved the name. Like, whatchamacallit? Whatchamacallit?
Oh, my allergies are acting up right now. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So this energy again of clearing, whatchamacallit? What am I going to ask? Who am I going to be? Is coming in, that flavor of that ice cream to balance. And it was this kind of the wafer with chocolate and tons of things happening, right? So it's a multi-level clearing to balance all of your chakras. So we're going to just do a quick balance and tuning of all your chakras 1 through 7 all the way up to just bring you to alignment so you can recognize who you are when you look at yourself in the mirror. Do you recognize yourself in the mirror these days? Or do you say, oh my God, what happened? Or where am I? You know, this is the time to find yourself again, right? You are now coming into, in your hemisphere, the time of the north, the time of the ancestors, the time of great sleep and great dreams. You've harvested everything. You're getting ready for this. This is the time to say, who am I? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to dream of becoming? So this clearing is to do that, to align yourselves, to recognize that you do have energy centers, to recognize that you do have a voice, that you do have power, that you are a being in this time and in this space. And so that clearing is for all of your systems. Anything else?
I got periwinkle.
Oh, I like it.
I don't even know if that's the real name of the flower that I'm thinking of, but they used to grow all over when I was a kid. They were really commonly used in like landscaping and, you know, to grow particularly along like hillsides. And, you know, it's just like this kind of viney flower. They have little purple flowers. And we would always, I would always eat them like not the whole flower, but like a honeysuckle, where you like pull the flower off and you like try to suck the nectar out of the flower. So I have this really strong childhood memory about it. It's not a 100% happy memory. The thing itself is fine and lovely, but interestingly, you know, sometimes our memories are both, right? They're very sweet and they're also somewhat like upsetting, right? There can be so many mixes of feelings. This periwinkle is actually for the area between your heart and your solar plexus, your third and your fourth chakra. It's to give you a little bit of calming in your stomach, right? It's to just kind of, it's to settle your unsettledness, okay? It's to calm your tummy, basically. Right? We can hold a lot of tension and emotion in our stomachs. People who may have like upset stomachs frequently, who have a lot of tension in their stomachs, who get acid or digestive issues. I am one of those people. it's very much related to feelings of tension and anxiety if we think about like the somatic experience of psychological challenges. And this is to give you a little bit of ease in that part of your body and that part of your energy, right between your heart and your third energy center. Okay, so just a little, just take, just take a little breath in and then just like, just sigh it out. Just sigh it out. Sometimes people will do that thing where you take a breath in and then you don't have to do that. But if you do, I'd highly encourage it. Just do it in a car where you're not going to be self-conscious. Just do it somewhere where you're going to be like,
It's like that. I don't know if you've seen that little video of a yoga class, and there's like the Grinch is in there, and and he's look it up afterwards, and they're doing a sigh out, and he's like, he's a really big sigh out.
Because that's the prompt. It's like, release all of your tension. And so it's like,
exactly.
It's so funny.
So watch that and check it out. But thank you for everyone who joined. And again, if you're interested in my special, hashtag special, and I will private message you with
just to be clear, it's hashtag special if you're interested, because that was a lot of specials and hashtags and I got confused too.
So so just hashtag special. I'll private message you. It's for through the month of June, and we can always work something out. I got you. Anyways, again, love doing the show. Our Rosie Pops are freezing right now. We couldn't get them out of the mold, so they're stuck in there. But we'll definitely show
Sometimes they just don't want to be born, do they?
Just don't want to come out.
We're coming out 2 weeks late.
Yeah,
Ma.
exactly. So we will see you next week, and hopefully we will definitely see you when we come to New Zealand, November, December. We're going to be doing live workshops. And it'll be a lot of fun. So we're starting to plan that with some of the Kairua admin. So thank you so much. Marita Steva with the Path of Ish. Check out my page, like it, comment, tell people how amazing I am. Also tell everyone about Love by Design. It's in the editorial before this post.
Will trade for amazing tattoo work.
Oh, there you go. That's up. So we, as you can see, you can't see her tattoos, but we're done. This is my newest one. My little one. Look at that little baby right there.
So cute.
It's so cute.
It's a little hedgehog.
It's a little hedgehog. Anyway, so excited. Thank you so much. Live your life
to the sweetest.
Have a
Have a good week.
Relations.
Mahalo. See you next weekend. Well, Monday for you guys.
Monday. Bye-bye.